couple of years ago that whispers about an exciting Indian restaurant in Bangkok started being heard on the culinary scene. That its critical acclaim has steadily grown is no surprise to anyone who has eaten at the eponymous Gaggan's. And it was a sentiment that was echoed at a special tasting at the Four Seasons in Mumbai, where Gaggan Anand was for the first time presenting his fare to Indian audiences in India.
My home ground is Bangkok, not India.
Yeah.
So for me to pass the real test, you know, we are cooking these dinners for really top foodies. To pass this test, I need to prove myself ethically that am I doing justice to what I'm doing.
I'm not sure it qualifies as a test, but if so, it's safe to say he aced it. That he specializes in that much abused term molecular gastronomy is well established. That he learnt it directly from Ferran Adrià, the Madrid master who made it famous in the first place, is perhaps not so well established. And best of all, what he enjoys most is applying these skills to street food, to old style comfort fare, for the most part. Deconstructed samosas, dhokla done differently, these are things he lives by. And so as our meal ran the gamut from foie gras to oyster flavoured leaves, the real treat was this: joining him in his enchanted forest version of a kitchen to find out how he does, well, what he does.
I'm not glorifying fancy recipes.
Okay.
I'm not digging books and rigging things. I am looking at the street, what a common Indian, any part of the world, would actually go and eat.
What is your goal then? You're turning it on its head, you're introducing new ways to enjoy it.
At Gaggan, we thought that we should cook with a totally different attitude towards food. Thinking that cooking is actually science. Going to the core of every Indian recipe.
Fantastic. All right.
This
So
is simple
great. So
papri.
what are we starting with?
We're starting with a very, very, very simple recipe. We call it the papri chaat. This was my first take on modern gastronomy with Indian food.
Okay.
We have a very interesting process where we take yogurt
Okay.
with the spices that go in a papri chaat or something like that. And then what we do is, this is a water which is rich in algin, sodium alginate. Now alginates sounds very chemical, but they are in your beer, they are in your gels in a soap, they are in your every gelling agent. Now imagine, what is a gelatin?
It's whose?
Yeah, and it is supposed to be what? For any cold jelly.
Right.
Right? Now this cold gelatin was the only cold gelling agent in cooking industry. And then we had agar for vegetarians.
Right.
Chefs thought that what was a jelly that was not getting liquid even at 44 degrees. So this is the water. We'll just put this here. Okay, that's it. And you see two liquids are submerged and they are not mixing. So that is the science.
Now, what does, in a sense, doing this bring to the experience of papri chaat?
The fact is that these recipes are beneficial to the recipe itself. The problem is the papri gets soggy. This won't happen in this.
This won't happen in this.
So you get layers of flavors in your mouth, and apart from that, all the fun. Yeah. So you see, they're like almost setting like egg whites. Yeah. Okay. Now what we do is we just put in the water, clean, clear water, and then to cleanse the taste of the gel. And then what we do is we add little colors to the papri.
Okay.
So here's my paint brush. That's beetroot puree.
Lovely.
Now this is basically dhania's juice. So this is the foam, pure dhania. So that's a papri chaat. I called it chopati, year 2050.
And here's what I have to say, this sphere adds fun.
Yeah.
The foam is wonderfully light and delicious, but the beauty actually is in the amount of flavor you packed in the yogurt,
Absolutely,
right?
yeah. That explosion.
that
And
bomb.
giving this to a vegetarian and not telling what it is the biggest excitement, because when the vegetarian eats it, they get this, oh, is this raw eggs?
Yeah.
I should not be eating it. And then you put it in the mouth.
And it's
the
amazing.
whole expression changing. This was basically my first lesson in El Bulli. El Bulli changed world's gastronomy. We're doing this spherified olives. So when I met Farhan, he gave me this very serious message that please don't replicate and copy the recipes.
Right.
Understand the philosophy and try benefiting your cuisine. And this was my first take. And I cannot say that this is not Farhan. I am not the inventor. I'm just a follower.
I can tell you, whatever it is, I am a fan. I have no idea what's in store for me now, but I am looking forward to what's next.
Yeah. Next we're going to cook another very Bombay thing. We're going to cook dhokla. What we've done is we have understood the process of making dhokla.
Right.
For me, dhokla is a process where you cook anything that is fermented.
Right.
It's a typical Indian savory cake. It's like a brioche.
Yeah.
This is exactly that a proof of deconstruction and reconstruction.
Okay.
So the whole thing starts with this wonder machine.
Huh.
This you must have seen in Starbucks and
Yeah.
whipping creams and all. But apart from whipping creams, making a chocolate cake, very perfect sponge cake, anything.
Really?
Yeah, and you pressurize it. So what we've done is we put a batter of dhokla,
Huh.
besan, the salt, whatever you want to put,
Yeah.
a little bit of sugar to get the sweetness, and put that batter here, and then we have pressurized it with nitrogen gas.
Okay.
It pressurizes the liquid.
Huh.
So when you bake this, there'll be a lot of air bubbles in it. We take this plastic cup, microwave proof, health safe. So see what has happened to dhokla. It's a light batter, it's like a mousse.
Wow.
Yeah, now what we're going to do is...
Smells good.
Yeah, smells good. Now imagine the prepping you do to make a dhokla. Khameer banao, ye karo, wo karo, whatever it is. Put it in the microwave, 40 seconds.
40 seconds.
40 seconds. You don't have to bake, you don't have to steam, you don't have to do all that. Just
Right.
microwave. Okay, absolutely healthy.
Fantastic.
How light it is.
Oh my God! Look at this.
Yeah, it's light. Dhokla is supposed to be like a sponge cake. This is
what
molecular
you put?
gastronomy 101. That is the dhokla which I think I've
Nailed
reached
it. Yeah.
a nirvana stage of dhokla. That is how it is. Yeah. So this is tasting like a dhokla. You want to try it at a raw form?
Ooh, yes, please.
Yeah, just try it. Yeah.
That is delicious dhokla.
Now what we do is two ways of dhokla. One, we make this into a sandwich.
Okay.
Okay, then we add a little bit of date khajur ki chutney. We put some coconut powder,
Okay.
but this is snow. This is very cold. The tadka, which is very classical dhokla. Now, are more fun. A nice mousse of dhokla. That's the oil of coriander. So we call dhokla two ways.
Oh gosh.
See, what I understood as besan, like the whole world thinks about corn flour. I think besan is this wonder flour that we use from breads to desserts to curry to pakoras. It's this wonder thing, yeah? And not many people have understood that we should really research on besan and what else properties it has. So I've proved in this recipe that besan can become a souffle.
And a beautiful souffle.
Yeah, beautiful souffle, a besan. If I would have not showed you what I did, you would have thought that this was the perfectly lightest dhokla you ever had. Now the two recipes that we just now shared with you has got nothing to do with molecular gastronomy when it comes to your mouth.
Yeah.
That is the problem people anticipate with molecular gastronomy.
Yeah.
They think, okay, we did a caviar, so it's molecular. No.
Yeah.
This is what is molecular gastronomy. This
Wow.
is the El Bulli experience.
You know that wonderful thing, like you said, you put the coconut snow,
Yeah.
so there's this, softness, this cool all the way
Cool,
through, the
temperatures,
chew of the
textures,
peppers, it's beautiful. And it's dhokla, like it's really, really dhokla.
It's dhokla.
It's just like butter dhokla.
Butter dhokla, yeah.
So now, I'm almost, I feel like the most ungrateful wretch asking this, but now what?
You must be seeing this water being boiled
Yeah.
for a very long time.
Yeah.
There's electronic, but this is a thermostat circulator.
Yeah.
And this is called sous
Sous vide.
vide. Yeah, the cooking in vacuum.
Yeah.
This is close to heart. Bekti, Calcutta Bekti.
Yes.
Shorse. Okay, so shorshe is basically sarso with oil and everything.
Yeah.
Now this traditional recipe which you were saying that you steam it, there are issues, sometimes you get perfectly steamed, sometimes it gets rubbery. Here, vacuum bag, nothing goes on, nothing gets it, you don't lose the fish flavor, you don't lose the mustardness. Now this is at 60 degrees, maintained for degrees, like this. And it stays there for about 10 minutes, 12 minutes.
Okay, nice.
And it'll be ready.
Okay, so this is sort of my excuse now to ask, especially since we've got a nice Calcutta recipe. How does a Calcutta boy find himself setting Bangkok on its ear, going to the sort of culinary holy grail, which is Ferranedria?
Yeah, I'm a Punjabi,
Right.
so that brings a business sense in me.
Yeah.
And born and brought up in Calcutta brings that art, belief.
Right.
I'm a very Bengali soul. Going to Spain was one of the best things that happened to my life.
Right.
Where I am is because of that small thing that happened in my life. When I took the risk, if I was not successful, nobody would have known me. This is just the beginning. We have a long way to go. So, but
I have to
as,
say, yeah.
as it cooks, okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to be building.
as it goes.
Now this is a concept which I was talking to you, pinchos. We're going to make it one of the tools to eat, and we have to create food to make sure that you eat with this. Okay, so this is the pinchos. Very, very important that you are insured before you eat this.
Why?
We're going to make you eat plastic.
Really?
It's a bag of nuts, chanachur, chakna. Okay.
Such fun.
And this bag is made of edible plastic. Put it in your mouth.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, the whole thing. As you eat, the plastic will dissolve, the paper will dissolve, and you get into that.
Amazing!
Imagine that chirag chor garam wala. That is the inspiration to get.
Fabulous.
Like it.
I love. As Chef said, the most important thing about sous vide is having patience. This is going to take a little while longer. We're taking a break as a result, but when we come back...
We have a Harry Potter recipe.
Ooh!
Yeah, we contacted Harry Potter and he shared us a special recipe for us.
Expelliarmus. We'll see you back in a bit.